Bryson DeChambeau, the two-time US Open champion. He is one of the most unique players in modern golf. Everything about his game is about logic, consistency, and reliability. This makes it so that he can be as consistent as possible. That is his way of playing golf. It is designed to remove most variables. Not all, but most. But the approach does raise some questions. Does that system have any trade-offs? We'll be looking into that today by looking at his irons and his wedges, and where I think the setup works and doesn't. First off, iron lengths. This is something I would like everyone to try at least once. Single length irons. Now, when you have the same length and the same lie, you make it so that it's more consistent throughout the iron set. It has the same posture, same ball position. Arguably, you can manipulate the ball flight with different ball positions, and sometimes the same motion throughout the set. On paper, that seems nice. Well, I think it simplifies a lot. It removes variables in the swing, and it helps with consistency throughout the set. Then, the lofts. Bryson takes a different approach to building his iron set. He does not go by distances or traditional lofts. He goes by spin. His spin is 1000 RPMs less than the typical iron set. So his 7 iron acts kind of like his 6 iron. This is to prevent floating in the golf ball when you hit the ball and approach into the green. Now, you see this because Bryson is a high-speed player. He is arguably one of the fastest on tour. Now, if we look at Tiger in the 2000s, he also had a high-speed swing also. He is a high-speed player. That's why he can hoist his 2 irons in the air. That's why Tiger can lift the ball up very high even with his 2 iron. The speed is what causes more spin, and more spin creates height. Now, Bryson thinks that more spin, makes more variables. That's why he reduces it by 1000 RPMs, and he plays a left dash Pro V1X ball, which is the lowest spinning ball. Now, do I think that that's a bad thing? I don't think so. There's many ways to build an iron set, and that seems to work for him. Now, I think that the numbers in the bottom of the clubs are a bit misleading. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the number is at the bottom of the club. I could name my iron set Jack, Bob, and it will still have the same meaning as like the numbers. Because that's just something you call the iron. It doesn't matter if it's a 7 iron or 6 iron. It can be anything we want to make it. It's just that, does it play? Does it gap correctly? And does it fly the way we want it? Okay, now, many people might disagree with that, and I used to disagree also. I think that a 7 iron should be 35 or 36 degrees, like it used to be. But I have come to the realization that maybe having just an iron set that works, no matter what the lofts are, no matter what the numbers are, is probably better, because we're not comparing each other with the bottom numbers. This guy plays his 7 iron 200, while that guy plays 150.
50 shot or a good shot, even like McIlroy did, or even here.
Now, the second point that the single length comes into is that his wedges are also 7 iron length. With the long iron, I think this is advantageous because it makes it so it's consistent throughout the set. The long irons, the 7 iron, and the 8-9 pitching wedge. Now, when it comes to the wedges, I think that if you have a shorter wedge, you get more control. You get more control over the ball. You can make it more creative. You can be more creative with the flight. That's what I think. And the other thing is that he's also losing control from his grips. I think that his grips, the big grips, are preventing him from feeling the ball, because that's what I experimented with and I found. In my opinion, when you have a smaller grip, you tend to feel the club moving and tend to feel the face more, because I think that when you have a smaller grip, more vibrations from the club goes into your hand, and when you have a smaller grip, you are more aware of the angles of the face. Now, I'm not saying that when you have a big grip, you can't feel it. I just think that from my experiment, you feel the club less. And when you feel the club more, it could help with your short game. So when you put it all together, Bryson's system is incredibly consistent. It builds to eliminate variables, simplifying the swing, and producing repeatable results. And it clearly works. He's won 2 US Opens. But golf isn't all about eliminating variables. Sometimes you need to be able to variable and play creatively. Play creative shots that will help you out from trouble. Maybe it's a greenside bunker, maybe it's a flop shot from the rough. And that's where I think his setup has some trade-offs. You gain structure, but you might lose some control. And that is what makes Bryson interesting.